Our top focus tonight is on the Russia-Ukraine war. It has become more dangerous. It is becoming more deadly. In the latest, Russia pummels Ukraine with its largest missile and drone attack in more than 3 years of the war. In fact, Moscow claims to have targeted an airfield in a region bordering EU and NATO member Poland. With aerial attacks intensifying, the big question at this point is, have we entered a whole new turn in this war?
A chilling new chapter unfolds in the brutal war. Russia has dramatically escalated its attack. Every passing day breaks a new record. It was Ukraine's darkest night. Russian forces unleashed a record-breaking aerial onslaught, firing a bone-shattering 728 Shahed-style drones and launching 7 Iskander-K cruise missiles. Russia also fired 6 hypersonic Kinzhal missiles. In total, 741 airborne weapons struck various parts of Ukraine. The hardest hit was Ukraine's western region. Drones and missiles struck the western cities of Lutsk, Lviv, Khmelnytsky and Ternopil. Ukrainian military claims that most of the projectiles were struck down. The consequences are dire. Ukrainian officials warn that the new wave of Russian drones and missiles are destroying weapons hubs, supply lines and military bases with pinpoint accuracy. Civilian casualties are mounting as drones target energy grids and residential areas, plunging cities into darkness and chaos. The psychological toll is immense. No corner of Ukraine feels safe as the buzz of drones and missiles becomes a constant terror overhead. This surge in drone warfare is forcing Ukraine and its allies to rethink their entire defensive playbook. Western leaders, including US President Donald Trump, have pledged to send more weapons to Kyiv. But the question remains, can they keep pace with Russia's relentless drone factories? As the skies over Ukraine grow deadlier by the day, one thing is clear. This is a new era of warfare, and Ukraine is fighting for its very survival against an enemy that never sleeps. Bureau Report, WION, World is One.
In India, something straight out of a movie script. A couple from the southern state of Kerala accused of defrauding hundreds of investors of several hundred crore rupees. Reports saying the couple disappeared after operating a large-scale chit fund scheme in Bengaluru worth 100 crore rupees. That's about $12 million for over 2 decades. They have been identified as Tommy Varghese and Shinny Tommy. The pair operated a chit fund company, A&A Chits and Finance, based in the city's Rammurthy Nagar. They promised sky-high returns of 50 to 20% on deposits. They made claims of secure RBI-backed schemes and promised monthly interest and quick returns. And the couple lured many families as well as retirees who trusted them with their hard-earned money, with some even investing their life savings. But how was this alleged fraud exposed after all? Well, the payouts started to stall in recent months, leading to complaints piling up against them. And it wasn't that difficult to connect the dots. Initial complaints came from a retired individual who reportedly lost 70 lakh rupees, some 81,000 US dollars, in the alleged scam. And since then, over 300 victims have come forward, with total losses estimated to be between 40 crore and 100 crore rupees. Not just that, the couple had reportedly liquidated significant assets, including a flat and several vehicles. An FIR against the couple has been registered and the police investigation is underway. Authorities are also scanning CCTV footage and all possible monetary and travel records. The ascent of Indian origin leaders to the top rungs of global corporations is no longer a surprise. It's a pattern, from Sundar Pichai at Google to Satya Nadella at Microsoft, Leena Nair at Chanel. The presence of Indian talent on Wall Street and Silicon Valley boards continues to grow. And now another name joining this global Hall of Fame. Sabir Khan, the new Chief Operating Officer of Apple Inc. Born in Uttar Pradesh in 1966, Khan's journey is the quintessential global Indian story. After early schooling in India and Singapore, he moved to the US, earning dual degrees in economics and mechanical engineering from Tufts University, followed by a master's in mechanical engineering from RPI New York. He joined Apple in 1995 and rose steadily through its operations division. With nearly 3 decades at the giant, Khan has played a pivotal role in shaping Apple's supply chain, greening its manufacturing ecosystem, and also steering it through the COVID-19 disruptions. And now, as COO, he succeeds Jeff Williams in a long-planned transition, cementing his position as one of the most powerful operations leaders in global tech. Yet, while Indians like Khan earn praise for their global leadership, the question still is, why isn't this talent contributing more directly to India's tech or manufacturing ecosystems in a way? But this story is not about Khan alone. It's also about systems. If India wishes to retain its brightest minds, it must also foster an environment of cutting-edge research, visionary investment, and transparent governance all the more. Until then, the West could continue to tap into India's intellectual capital in this way. Switching focus for now, Elon Musk's AI chatbot is in the news once again. The chatbot is at the center of a major storm for spewing anti-Semitic slurs and showering praise on Hitler in response to user prompts. In one instance, when a user prompted the chatbot to identify the historical figure best suited to address a post celebrating the deaths of children in the recent Texas floods, the chatbot gave a rather alarming answer: Hitler. And that's not the end of it. The chatbot went as far as recommending a second Holocaust. The Texas floods, remember, have claimed over 100 lives so far. More than 160 remain unaccounted for. In another user reply, the chatbot described Jewish people with phrases like beards and schemes, adding that individuals with Jewish surnames are mostly responsible for anti-white hate. Interestingly, the anti-Semitic remarks from the chatbot came just days after Elon Musk declared that the chatbot had been significantly improved. Meanwhile, Grok's parent company has acknowledged the mistake and deleted the controversial post, adding that it is working to refine for accuracy and balance, not bias. And the company is all set to unveil its latest chatbot, Grok 4, later today. Now, this chatbot is no stranger to controversy. In May, it falsely claimed that white genocide was underway in South Africa, a claim that experts have long since debunked. There have been several instances where the chatbot has selectively ignored user prompts that do not conform to its particular ideological stance. It has also undermined the credibility of established media organizations and downplayed the consequences of far-right extremist violence. Despite Musk's recent claims of improvement, the chatbot's string of alarming, biased responses casting a harsh light on the rapid evolution of AI overall, raising critical questions about accountability, and ethical oversight, perhaps, in its development and deployment. On to the United States now, which is ramping up its missile defenses like never before. Not just for Ukraine, but for its own forces in West Asia. The US Army is planning to quadruple its purchase target for Patriot missiles, a system critical against drones, cruise missiles and ballistic threats. According to Bloomberg, the US Army will be spending more than $1.3 billion on Patriot missiles in the fiscal year starting October 1. Budget documents revealing that it has quietly quadrupled its overall purchase target for the missiles that have become so vital in Ukraine as well as West Asia. Before we go any further, this is what Patriot missiles are all about and why they are in demand. The Patriot PAC-3 MSC, America's frontline air and missile defense interceptor, it targets drones, cruise missiles, tactical ballistic missiles. It has a range of around 35 kilometers. For ballistic threats, it flies at speeds over Mach 4. That's more than 4,900 kilometers per hour. Built by Lockheed Martin, the Patriot missiles are powered by a solid rocket motor. On the 16th of April, a panel of top army officials reportedly raised the buying plan for the most advanced Patriot interceptor. That is the PAC-3 MSE. The PAC-3 MSE is made by Lockheed Martin. It can intercept drones, cruise missiles, tactical ballistic missiles. Purchases were raised from 3,376 to a massive 13,773 missiles. And this is reportedly part of the US Army's fiscal 2026 budget request. Now, while these numbers set up the requirements, they don't directly translate into contracts just yet. But American lawmakers are now crafting policy and funding bills for the Defense Department that could actually take these projections into account. What does that mean, though? It basically shows the US Army's reliance on the battle-tested Patriot missile, especially as demand for it grows from US allies. Ukraine, in particular, has relied heavily on Patriot missiles and interceptors to defend itself against Russian missile assaults. America has so far provided Ukraine with 3 Patriot batteries and an unspecified number of interceptors since the war started in 2022. President Trump has confirmed that he is sending more defensive weapons to Ukraine, overturning an earlier administration decision that had halted deliveries. And Trump has also once again criticized the Russian president for, quote, killing too many people. Meanwhile, American forces in West Asia are also deploying Patriots, defending Israel and shielding the Al Udeid air base in Qatar against Iranian missile attacks after US strikes on Iran's nuclear facilities. The chairman of the Joint Chiefs of Staff, General Dan Kane, said last month itself that US soldiers absolutely crushed it as they intercepted 14 incoming Iranian missiles.